The battle on Centauri Prime had raged for weeks. The human-led coalition forces were outnumbered and outgunned by the invading Glaxor Empire, a brutal race of eight-limbed, armored aliens whose technology dwarfed anything humanity had developed. Despite the odds, the coalition fought tooth and nail to hold their ground, relying on human ingenuity and resilience. Among the coalition forces was Captain Ethan Cole, a veteran of countless battles. Ethan was a towering figure of leadership and grit, known for his unshakable resolve and knack for rallying troops in the bleakest of situations. On the morning of what would later be called the turning point of Centauri Prime, Ethan and his squad were tasked with a critical mission: sabotage a Glaxor artillery battery that had been devastating their defenses. The squad infiltrated the enemy line under cover of darkness, navigating treacherous terrain while avoiding patrols. But disaster struck just as they reached their target. Ethan slipped on a loose rock while climbing a ravine. His leg twisted unnaturally beneath him, the sickening crack audible even over the distant rumble of war. Pain shot through his body, but Ethan gritted his teeth, determined not to alert the enemy. "Go on without me," he hissed to his squad, sweat beading on his brow. "Complete the mission." The squad hesitated. "We don't leave our own, Captain," said Private Lynn, her voice firm. "You'll get killed trying to carry me," Ethan replied. "Do the job and don't look back." Reluctantly, the squad obeyed. Ethan was left behind, propped against a rock, his blaster in hand. The encounter. Hours passed. Ethan drifted in and out of consciousness, the pain in his leg unbearable. As the sun rose, the sound of approaching footsteps pulled him back to reality. It wasn't his squad. A Glaxor patrol emerged from the underbrush, their insectoid eyes scanning the area. They spotted Ethan immediately, their translator devices clicking as they prepared to interrogate what they assumed was a lone, broken enemy soldier. But Ethan was no ordinary soldier. As the Glaxors approached, Ethan forced himself to his feet, leaning heavily on his injured leg. Every movement was agony, but he refused to show weakness. He leveled his blaster at the leader of the patrol, his gaze steely. "Come closer, and I'll take you with me," he growled. The Glaxors hesitated. Their species valued strength above all else, and Ethan's defiance, even in his weakened state, was unsettling. Glaxor warriors were conditioned to believe that pain was a sign of inferiority, yet here was a being who defied that logic, standing tall despite his obvious injury. Their translator devices conveyed Ethan's words, and the leader of the patrol stepped forward cautiously. "You are broken. Why do you resist?" Ethan's lips curled into a smirk. "You think a broken leg is enough to stop a human? You have no idea what we're capable of." Then, in a move that stunned the Glaxors, Ethan deliberately placed weight on his shattered leg and took a step forward. The bone grated audibly, and his face turned ashen, but he didn't falter. The Glaxors recoiled instinctively. Ethan saw the doubt in their eyes and pressed on. "You think this is pain?" he snarled. "This is nothing. Humans fight through worse every day. You think you're tough? You don't know the meaning of the word. The retreat." The Glaxors, for all their physical prowess, were deeply superstitious. They had legends of creatures who could endure unimaginable suffering and still emerge victorious. To them, Ethan was no longer just an enemy soldier. He was a manifestation of those legends, a being whose resilience bordered on the supernatural. The patrol retreated, their leader shouting orders in their guttural language. Word of the encounter spread quickly through the Glaxor ranks. The story grew with each retelling. A human, mortally wounded, standing defiant against impossible odds. The Glaxors began to question the wisdom of fighting such beings. By the time Ethan's squad returned with reinforcements, they found him slumped but alive, The Glaxor artillery battery abandoned without a shot fired. Aftermath. The Glaxor Empire withdrew from Centauri Prime entirely within the week. Coalition intelligence intercepted fragments of their communications, which spoke of the Indomitable Ones and a foe that cannot be broken. Ethan's story became a rallying cry for humanity, a testament to the unyielding spirit that had carried them through centuries of adversity. And though Ethan never sought the spotlight, he couldn't suppress a grin every time someone raised a toast to the man who scared an entire army with a broken leg.